You know, they say you study long, you study wrong. They say follow your first mind. His first mind was dealing with boxers. Ben Davison, a coach, all the coaches, all the boxers. That's why ESBC looked at so beautiful because boxers was behind the advisory. Now, Ash is not a boxer, but he comes from the blue collar world, and now he's surrounded around people who are like him, which he feel more comfortable with, and he trusts them more than he trusts boxers. So when he was an indie company, he had no choice but to respect the boxers and listen to them. And then the blue collar people, the blue collar people come in and no, don't listen to them. Listen, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. They don't even know what the fuck they talking about. They want a say. They want to be able to say something. They want to be able to put their input of what they think. Well, I think that, you know, when you throw a right hand, that a banana should come out your knuckles. I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be really fun if sometimes if like when you throw a punch, it doesn't have to be realistic. You know, I think a firecracker should fall out of his ass, and that'll make the game really, really fun. And then Ash, like, you got a point there, you got a point there. And then us hardcore fans, what? Huh? A banana come out the fuck? What the fuck? What is this? Oh, Beast, you're being too serious, man. You're being too serious. You want this to be a real boxing game. It's just not going to sell. Well, guess what? We've been around 50-something years, and this is the same argument for our entire fucking lifespan.
No.
The moment that we almost... Here's the deal. ESBC Boxing Club is not about Unreal Engine. It's not about development teams. And sorry for whoever said that in the chat. You are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken when you say, "Oh, they have new development." Let me just crush your bubble right quick. Whoever said that? Oh, it's development teams. You know, they got bigger. No, that shit don't mean nothing. It means nothing. Let me tell you why it means nothing. Because Asher B had to quit his job, sell his Viper, Dodge Viper, to make a boxing game. When he made that boxing game, and that boxing game got 1 million views, that's when everybody want to jump on the bandwagon. Now, these people that got these companies, gaming companies, almost 365 gaming companies in America. And you telling me all these people that's coming around now, why they didn't make a fucking boxing game? Why didn't they make a boxing game? Nobody made a fucking boxing game? Nobody thought to make an authentic boxing game. But a person that's never done video gaming before in their life just sprung up and made a video game, hit the jackpot because he would not have the footwork system if it wasn't for boxers. He would not have the physics engine if it wasn't for boxers. If it wasn't for boxers, ESBC Boxing Club would have never been what it is. Ever since he started bringing industry people into his company, the game has gone down. ESBC Boxing Club still looks better than Undisputed. It makes it look crazy. And what's crazy about it, the people, the boxers, ex-boxers or boxing purists, they can see that. They can see the road that he was going down. The road he was going down, everything he was doing was boxing in the ring related. Pull counters, the drilling mode, everything. We never got that. And the community is not asking for that. Y'all keep asking for different shit when you should be asking for ESBC Boxing Club. We never played that. We never got a chance to play that. That feint system is not in the game. Go look at the feint system in the video. And the thing about gamers and us as a people, you know what I'm talking about, we lazy. We'll go look at those videos. Go look at the videos and you tell me, are you playing that? That's not the same game. It may look the same. It's not. The graphics not even the same. The movement is not even the same. The check hook is not even the same. ESBC Boxing Club Undisputed sucks. Not because it's compared to Champion. Compared to Champion, it blows Champion out the water. It blows the other boxing games out the water. But what it doesn't blow out the water is ESBC Boxing Club. And that is what they promised us, and they didn't give it to us. And the new people that's coming on, they Undisputed fans. They know nothing about ESBC Boxing Club. It's only the old heads now that been around since 2019, 2020, all the way up to now, going, oh, we missed out on ESBC Boxing Club, and now we're going to be a thing of the past. And now Will Kinsler's version of what boxing is, now everybody knows what that version is, but we never ever got a chance to see what ESBC Boxing Club. The community needs to be putting pressure on what you promised us. And what's crazy about it, he's still not understanding that that first video got 1 million views. The moment he hired other people, the views started going down. 800,000, 700,000, 600,000, 500,000, 400,000, 100,000. Ever since he hired Mr. Kinsler, the views started going down. Now that UC6 done took almost a kitchen sink from ESBC Boxing Club and renamed it. Now Pride and all them got the game that they want. Jay them got the game that they want. They playing it right now because I'm looking at them on PlayStation. They playing it right now. They wanted to come over and infiltrate and learn boxing so they can use it for MMA. That's what they came for. And that's who they patronize. That's who still, instead of patronizing the boxing fans, they patronizing the MMA fans. They patronizing the mink, the jokers of boxing. You know that John, you try to be nice and be friends with everybody. You know that shit pisses you off. You know that. You know he making a joke out of boxing. You know that mink. Man, that man making a mockery out of a sport that we love. And
how about when Ash was saying hyper realistic and stuff? Don't that sound like somebody keep telling you, Ash, you can't say something? And he got mad and said,
you got to think about this. You got to give Gad. You got to. This is what you underestimate. Ash don't know what me and you know about inside that ring, Poe.
Yeah.
If Ash knew what we knew, Will would be fired a long time ago, bro. He don't.
Yeah.
You can only trade. Even the great Emmanuel Stewart was a boxer. He's in amateurs. He didn't ever go pro, but he was in amateurs.
Oh.
You can't be teaching nobody and you ain't never been in there and have that heat coming at your face. And then you knowing how to fake like you not hurt when you hurt, when a nigga knock all the wind out of you, and then you got to pretend like you still can breathe right, but you really hurt, or you really like got the wind knocked out of you, or a nigga buzz you and you hear the ringing in your head, yeah, but you can't let him know that ringing is in your head. You got to be in there. So Ash don't know that. That's why he's being manipulated. And then all casuals think the same way, Poe. All casuals think the same exact way. They fight, they do everything. If they not trained, when they walk into a gym, they're gonna lean back, they're gonna do all, they got to be retrained. You know what it is. Seen it before. So guess what they do? They do the same thing they'll do on the street. They're gonna lean back, they're gonna use their legs. You ever seen a street fight with a fight start at the park and they wind up at the church?
Yeah.
Because the street fighters don't know how to circle. They don't know how to circle. They know how to go back and forward. Back and forward. They don't know how to circle their opponent. You'll never see a street fighter circling. He's not gonna circle the opponent. He gonna go back and forward. If you watch a gamer and the camera view that they don't fight about, Street Fighter camera view. When Marshall Mine saw that camera view alternating and moving, 360 movement, he said, there's no point I should be seeing my character's back. Because he didn't understand angles in boxing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy. I'm saying that.
You remember he said that?
Yeah, no point of you seeing. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because he wanted to see, they wanted, and this subconsciously with them. So what I'm saying is, Will think the same way, Ash think the same way. Because you got to remember, Ash was standing over Ben Davison and Josh Taylor. And he just was taking clues. Okay, they the professionals. Let me just code what they saying. And fucked around and made the best boxing game ever made. Then he started talking to his colleagues with the blue collar people, with the computers and all this, graduates from universities, and they talking his language.
Yeah.
And nobody's in his ear to say you had it right the first time when you was listening to boxers and trainers.
And they calling us the loud minority. That's crazy. Where's the data? Where's the data? We're
the loud minority.
We're the loud minority.
We are
hardcore fans.
We are.
I disagree with that. That's why I want to survey.
Poe, yes, Poe. It's always been like that. Poe, look at it happens to Poe. That just doesn't happen to me and you. It doesn't just happen to me and you. It happens to Roy Jones Jr. with Larry Merchant and all them. George Foreman. They got to pipe down so they won't hurt the commentator, the person that went to college feelings. You don't see the game. They don't respect boxers, bro. None of them do, bro. They look at us as savages. That's how they look at us. We fucking savages, bro. They don't respect fucking Roy Jones Jr. You see it. You see it. You saw it the other day where Andre Ward was talking with Joe Tessitore and them and Max Kellerman, and he made comments that was contrary to what they were seeing, but then what he said played out in the actual fight.
Yeah.
The language that we speak in boxing, bro, they not gonna understand, Pope.
Yeah.
They not gonna understand. They not gonna understand, bro. You got to be in there. Like Bam just got hit with what? The Southpaw Killer knocked him on his ass today. Bam Rodriguez got a hit with the Southpaw Killer. The cross, the right hand. That's not even in the game. You can hit a nigga in the game of Undisputed with a million goddamn counter right hooks. I mean, right hands, right crosses or straight right hands to a Southpaw, and it won't do nothing to him. That's what I mean by the boxing logic is not in the game.
Yeah.
It's not in the game. It's all about energy bar.
That's what we be talking about. Like, you could tell, like, a boxer or a trainer in there, we will get the things because we know. I mean, they see what should the reactions be, how things should be implemented in the game correctly.
Another thing too, Pope, they be trying to copy the pace of boxing, right? They don't understand that in the high, they be watching 12-round fights, 10-round fights. Those are professionals, and they have a person on the other side of them that it's not like they can't throw 100 punches around, because they can, especially welterweights in the lower weight classes. They can throw 100 punches around. The reason they don't do that is because the other person knows the counters, and you can't just do that to them. That's why it's a lot of waiting. So a lot of video games, when they make boxing games, they give you low stamina to try to make it look like what they see on TV. Think about what I just said. They try to make it look like what they see on TV.
Yeah.
That's what Cold-Blooded was doing.
Is slow. They be saying,
listen, that's what Cold-Blooded was doing. And when I called him out on, he couldn't say nothing. Cold-Blooded, that's why he had the camera, the fight videos right there, so he could mirror what he looking at. A boxer would never do that.
Yeah.
A boxer has a photographic memory of how another boxer fights. I take that back 100%, but it's still, you don't know shit about boxing. I'm not taking that back. I'm not taking back that you hijacked the game and you turned it into what you think is a boxing game. I'm not going to take that back. I'm not going to take that you slighted me when you knew I made manual blocking and you took it out the game, 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body. That was my idea. You took it out the game and then told Ash that they repeatedly throwing the same punch on the same angle, which is a boxing tactic. You know that's how he got out the game, right? Yeah. He said they kept throwing, so 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body, had different health bars to the 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body. So people would constantly throw left hooks. So once they got your left side hurt, they'd keep aiming at the left side, right? Where he messed up at, he didn't put manual blocking in there for me to manually protect that side. He put semi-automatically with 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body. So now I can't really protect myself by putting it up and cover that spot up, which is a part of boxing. If a boxer sees you hurt on one side, they're gonna aim for that spot.
Yeah.
That's part of boxing strategy.